This is Earl Hadden with Small Business Success Project. Do you believe that you can double or triple your business effectiveness in 6 months or less? A number of the people that we've worked with over the last few years have done exactly that. In fact, some have tripled their business and 1 or 2 have even quadrupled their business success. The purpose of this video series is to show you the techniques that people have used very successfully to improve their business and to let you select the ones that are appropriate for you. One of the things we're going to talk about is how to focus and do one thing at a time, because most small business people work 50 or 60, 70 hours a week, but they don't work on the right things. So the purpose of the exercise is to identify something that you can focus on and work on that for a period of 30 to 90 days and get significant business improvement. So let's get started. The first thing I want to do is do a quiz so that you'll have an assessment of where you stand in terms of business improvement. Great, so let's start the assessment. We're going to use a 10-point scale with 10 being high and 1 being you don't even know what the abbreviation stands for. So the first area that we want to assess is clarity. How clear are you on the reason that you're doing your business? The tribes that you're trying to support, the products you're trying to sell, the values that are highest for you in terms of making you happy. Let me give you an example of the values. Some people do very well working alone, where others are better suited to be part of a team. Some people are very goal-oriented, while other people are happiest working on the process. So if you look at all these things about clarity, on a 10-point scale, where would you rank your success? The second area, and let me give you a rule at this point, now that you've already written down your first number. You can only use each number 1 time. Now, a number of people I've done this with have had to go back and change their numbers a couple of times after they went through the process. And that's okay too, so you can look at those after we've finished and go back and look at the numbers. The second area is what Seth Godin calls tribes. These are your customers, your business partners, your referral partners. How well do you know each of those groups? Do you understand the definition? Do you understand their values and the things that make them most successful? The things that make them happiest? So again, on a 1 to 10 scale, with 10 being high, how do you rate your satisfaction with your knowledge of your tribes? Third is marketing. Do you have a clear, consistent marketing message that resonates with your tribes? Are you trying to talk about what you're selling, or are you trying to talk about what problems they're trying to solve? Do you consistently deliver the same message, or are you all over the map with your marketing? Have you identified what channel is best for your tribes? Do they prefer to get things in emails or videos or in person, or do they prefer to get things in print? A lot of people still use print marketing, and they use it very effectively. So on a 10-point scale, how would you rank your marketing? I view marketing as getting people to raise their hand and say, I'm interested in doing business with you. So use that 10-point scale and write down your ranking of your satisfaction in that area. The fourth area is sales. Do you have a sales process so that when somebody does raise his or her hand, you know exactly what you're going to do, what you're going to send them in the initial package, or what kind of content you're going to give them? Do you know what you're going to give them as a freemium, as Randy Bernstein says? It's a free premium that is something of value. Seth Godin talks about permission marketing and says that you have to give something away of greater value than what you're asking the prospect to give. So from a sales perspective, do you have a clear process that you use? Do you know how many steps that you go through in your sales cycle, and what the alternatives are as a prospect is looking at your offering? Use that 1 to 10 scale, 10 being high, on your satisfaction with your sales process. Fifth is execution, and this is one of my favorites. We talk about income producing activities, and income producing activities are those 3 or 4 things that you have to do every day to ensure that you achieve your long-term goals. So do you have an ideal calendar? Do you know every day when you get up, what are the 3 or 4 things that I need to do today to be successful? Do you spend most of your time on income-producing activities, or do you spend your time chasing squirrels? On a 10-point scale, how effective are you in executing your plan and executing your marketing program? And finally, personal performance and business performance is something that needs to be constantly improved. The old saying, if you're not moving ahead, you're moving behind. So how effective are you at personal improvement and business improvement? The fact that you're watching this video is a sign that you're considering improvement, but do you have a process? Do you know what area of your personal life and what area of your business you're working on right now to make them better? It might be something like improving your public speaking or improving the way you make videos, which I'm practicing right now. It may be that you need to understand more about your competition, or you need to understand more about the people you're working with. So look back at those numbers on a 10-point scale. Which ones are the highest ones? Which ones are the lowest ones? In the next module, we're going to look at how to use the results of your success assessment. Well, we've done the hard part now. You've had a chance to give some thought to your assessment scores and decide which of the areas you want to work on improving. So one of the things that you can do is draw this out on a chart and determine my score in this particular area is a 4 or a 5, and I want to move it up to a 6 or 7. And then you can put a plan together in that particular area of how you're going to move ahead. In the videos that we're going to be sending out over the next few weeks, we're going to talk about each of the 6 areas and what some people are able to do to double their productivity in each of the given areas. So when we talk about 6 ways to double your performance, it's not just 6 ways to double your performance, it's 6 ways that any of them can double your performance. So you can double it, and then you can double it again, and over the period of a year or two, you could actually get, 2 to the 5th power. That's 32 times the productivity of your business if you just work your way through this process and focus on it. One of the things that happens is that you have to be intentional about improvement, or the time will get away from you. So in a couple of days, you'll receive another email with the next module, which goes into detail on how to improve your clarity on what's important to you and how you're going to get it. This is Earl Hadden with the Small Business Success Project, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Well, now we've done the hard part. You've got the assessment, you've got your scores. If you did exactly the same exercise tomorrow, you'd probably end up with slightly different numbers, and that's okay because we're trying to identify the 1 or 2 areas to work on first and second. And over time, you may end up working on 3 or 4 of the different areas. So we're going to look at each of the areas in some detail in future modules of this course. And you can look at the ones that are going to be the biggest area for you to improve. And if you work on one and double your business with that one, and then you start working on the second one, you can double your business again, and then you can double it again. And the numbers can be significant and even be exponential in terms of growth. So Dan Sullivan, the executive coach from Toronto, says that trying to double your business is hard because you just try to work twice as hard. And the secret of this exercise is looking at the activities that you're doing and figuring out how to do them more effectively so you can actually double your business and work less hard. And that makes business a lot more fun. So I'm looking forward to working with you over the series of videos. If you have any questions, you can go to our website, www.smallbizsuccessproject.com, and read what the partners on the leadership team and other people have said about things that interested them about these topics. This is Earl Hadden with the Small Business Success Project. Look forward to seeing you on the next video.